This is Trece Talks. So I know everybody has seen the post about Kandi Burruss and Todd Tucker's unfortunate separation slash divorce. So I just wanted to get my 2 cents. I honestly think she might cater to women over men. I think she likes women more than she likes men. But what I really think it was, and now it's coming out that it's because of it had to do with threesomes and lesbian affairs. And okay, first of all, Todd was on, or not on, but in the background, watching her on the Real Housewives of Atlanta for a while before he even approached her. So, which to me means he studied her. So he had to know before he even approached her what type of time she was on. You know what I'm saying? And then, they dated a while. I think maybe a year before they actually got engaged or married. So within that time, I'm sure he was able to see she a little freaky. And I'm sure that was beneficial to him. But as far as like the threesomes and stuff, I don't necessarily think that it was him introducing the threesomes or her. I think it was mutual. I think if that was an issue down the line in their relationship, I think it may have been because he may have wanted them more, but he may have wanted them with a specific person more, and maybe that rubbed her the wrong way. Because what people don't understand is, you bring these new things into your relationship trying to keep them spicy, but at some point that will fizzle out. Either both of y'all get tired of it, or one person will get tired of it and the other doesn't. I think that was the case in this situation. I think maybe Kandi wanted something more than he did, or vice versa. I also think that because of the dynamic, how it started off, where she basically was the breadwinner, he was constantly trying to fight off the stigma of being the man in the background. So it naturally caused him to venture out more and take more projects on to kind of prove himself, not only to her, but to the world. And after a while, I think Kandi just became annoyed by it, because it's like, I felt like Todd was impulsive, and Candy's a Taurus. She likes stability. Todd is very, what's the word I'm looking for? Besides impulsive, he's very like live on the edge, like, F it, we'll figure it out type of, you know what I'm saying? You got to take risks. Kandi didn't make her money by taking risks. She was very strategic and very frugal and very, stable. So when you deal with somebody that's stable and likes consistency and security, and you deal with somebody that's kind of impulsive, erratic, chaotic, like to take all these chances and things, those two, after a while, it doesn't mesh. In the beginning, it's kind of like, okay, this is fun. This is giving me something different. But after a while, long term, when you have kids and you're trying to set down a foundation for their generational wealth, like, that should get old. It really does. And I also think that, Todd felt neglected. I feel like she was taking on more than she could chew, and which was leaving him on the back burner, not only with the kids, but like he probably was lonely. I feel like it came a point where they were more business partners than lovers. And, Kandi was out in this world making her moves. And, like, maybe she did find somebody and fall in love. And maybe it was a female. Like, I can totally see that. A lot of people speculating that Todd left her because, because of the whole family didn't like him thing. And he just was around to, to get what he could get and then dip off. Like, I don't believe that. I think he truly loved her. I think they loved each other. But what we need to understand is people grow out of love. And sometimes that's manageable. I truly feel like in relationships, there's peaks and valleys. And in those peaks and valleys, you grow in and out of love with a person. That's why I feel like it's very important for you to like your partner. Because in those times where I might not love you all the time, you might not be the person that I feel like waking up to. But I like you as a person, so I could never hate you, because liking somebody as a person means you value their opinion, you value their characteristics, you believe in their morals. Their morals align with yours. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you can love somebody, but you can also fall out of love with a person. So I feel like they will always have that love for each other because they liked each other. But I think that they ultimately grew out of love. I think they both were looking for something more in themselves as well as each other that the other person could not provide. And after so long, it was just like, okay, you know what? If you ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody had to pull the trigger, because I really feel like men, if you don't say nothing, the man will definitely stay and just be miserable. And sometimes in that misery, he will cheat and just be cold and bitter. But he, instead of leaving, he'll just stay. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate because they both are of that age where it's like, not to say, you can't find love after a certain age, but it's harder, you know. But y'all thoughts? What y'all think? Y'all think Kandi was stepping out on him, or he was stepping out on her, or they just grew out of love? What y'all think?